Okay, we're going to quick look at the iKegger 2 system setup. So inside the tap box, we have the instruction manual, we have the tap and spear, we have a silicone dip tube with a weighted end on it, the push-on spout, spare O-rings and an O-ring tool, and a tool that's used for both the spear and the regulator. We need to cut the dip tube to the height of the keg and then push it firmly onto the barb on the base of the tap. Attach the spout, and that's it. The tap is complete. To swap the button to the button clip option, you need to remove the barb from the bottom. This you can do with the provided tool to loosen the nut, and then undo it by hand to catch the spring. Take the barb off, remove the spring, and then you'll need a flathead screwdriver to undo the screw that holds the button in place. Replace the button and line up the new button clip, and then retighten the screw. Replace the spring over the screw and the barb over the top of the spring, and then tighten slightly with the included tool. So if you're going to use a remote tap, you want to lock the button down, and for transport, you want to lock the button up. For normal everyday use, you just use it in the center. To change the internal O-ring, or for taking apart the tap to clean it, you need to remove the button as usual, and then tip out the shank down the center of the tap body. The O-ring that goes inside this is U-shaped, and the U-shape needs to be facing down. Use a supplied tool to remove the O-ring, and also use the supplied tool to replace the O-ring, making sure the open side of the U is down. Insert the button into the O-ring, you'll see how it fits. Then flip it over and use the tool once again to press the O-ring flat into the button. This is quite an important step. Once you've done that, simply reassemble it the way that you took it apart. The blue clips that are included are a cheap and easy way to prevent the button being pressed in transport. Now the iKegger 2 regulator box comes with a spare inlet and a spare outlet seal, a gas disconnect which attaches to the post on the tap, the bulb cover, and inside that check valve, one-way valve, and then the inlet for the regulator for using the gas bulb cover with. So the regulator comes with a threaded inlet attached. This is very important. Please read this when you get your kit. The disconnect can attach directly to the regulator if you're going to use the keg standing up. "16-gram and 25-gram bulbs of CO2 screw directly into the threaded inlet that's already installed on the regulator. If you want to use unthreaded bulbs, you need to remove this either using a spanner or the tool that's included in the tap box. Replace it with the unthreaded inlet, and then use that to attach the bulb cover with either 8-gram CO2, 2-gram nitrogen, or 7.5-gram nitrous oxide inside it. Make sure the regulator is always turned off before you insert the gas. Clear seal is for the inlet of the regulator, and the black seal is for the outlet of the regulator. Use the check valve if you want to use the keg lying down. This prevents liquid getting into the regulator and damaging it. Again, make sure the regulator is turned off before you finish screwing in a gas bulb. You can adjust the angle as you like because of the swivel adapter on the regulator outlet. If you want to lie the keg down, our keg stand holds the keg securely in place, stops it rolling around in your fridge, and the mini drip tray allows it to catch drips so they don't end up making a sticky mess. The SodaStream adapter, this you would generally use with a remote gas line so that it's not directly attached to the keg. Into the threaded inlet of the regulator, you simply put the SodaStream adapter. The SodaStream adapter has an adjustable length pin, so if gas doesn't come through it, you may need to adjust the length of the pin on the inside of the adapter using the included Allen key. The metal MFL to MFL adapter screws into one of the push fittings. You need to make sure that this is quite firm. And then the MFL adapter screws into the outlet of the mini regulator. Length of hose simply pushes into the push fittings, one at either end of the hose, and the end away from the regulator attaches to the gas disconnect so that you can attach it to your keg remotely.